do. You don't have to pause as long as I do. Make it your own. When I first started my meditations, I could barely get 30 seconds in without a thought bothering me. 5 years later, I can do 30 to 40 minutes every day, no problem. It took me a while to get there, right? So don't get discouraged. If you're trying to do this body scan and follow along with me, and your brain's just like, what's for lunch? What are we doing for dinner? What left, right? Don't worry. It takes practice, right? And that's what we're here for, right? So we're going to go ahead and get started here. So take stock of that brain space, how it feels right now. Let's work together to try to take a big deep breath in. You want to feel that belly as much as you can. Try to slow that exhale, possibly gently closing your eyes, at least softening that gaze. Starting to feel the weight of your body. You might notice the points of contact of your feet on the floor, your hands, arms resting on your legs. Noticing any of those sounds that are around you. Bringing to the mind those physical senses. Settling back into that space around you. We're going to be bringing attention towards the whole body. Starting at the top of our head. Slowly scanning our way down. Noticing any areas that might feel particularly comfortable or uncomfortable. Trying to build a picture of how our body feels. Noticing if there's any particular mood that might be around at the moment. And as we're scanning that body, head to toe, up and down, we shift our focus to the rise and fall of our breath. Trying to focus on wherever we feel it strongest in our body right now. As you become increasingly comfortable in following that natural rhythm of your breath, try to imagine a steady flow from above your head. It's flowing almost like liquid sunlight. It's very smooth, very warm, it's very clear, very bright. Almost like we're taking a mental shower. It flows down through the top of our head, down into our body, traveling all the way down to our toes. It's going to fill our body up as though it was just a container. Working hard, melting away any of that tension you're holding, any of that discomfort. Follow that liquid sunlight as it travels down through that body, sliding towards your feet, filling up one toe at a time. And now it starts to travel up, back up the feet, through our heels, through our ankles, climbing towards our knees, melting that tension away, focusing on that light spaciousness, its brightness, its warmth. The light continues up the upper half of the leg, towards our hip and pelvic area. Its steady flow coming into the body, melting, just melting away that tension. It continues now up through that trunk, into our stomach, into our lower back, upwards to our diaphragm, melting away that tension. It'll continue to flow now up through that chest and our upper back area, all the way to the top of our shoulders, flowing down both of those arms, traveling towards our elbows, our hands, filling up one finger at a time. Now those hands, the wrists, and just feeling it as it fills upwards, back towards the elbows, towards the shoulders. Seeing any of that tension there and just continuing to melt it away. Travels through our neck, our throat area, up through our head, touching all the muscles in and around our face until it gets to the very top of our body. Now our entire body is full of that very spacious, clear feeling as it's now flowing downwards in that complete cycle. Let us just rest in that mind space. Let go of any focus. Just allow that mind to rest in that space. Allow it to do whatever it is that it wants to do. Think about whatever it wants to think about. And here we sit. Slowly but surely, we start to come back, bringing attention into that body again, feeling the weight of our body sitting in that chair all over again, noticing those physical points of contact, noticing the sounds. Just bringing yourself back to the space around you. Whenever you're ready, feel free to open your eyes. So, thoughts? Anybody have any experiences, any feelings, reflections that they want to share?
I did go zero. I have a lot on my mind, and I went to a place of quiet.
How did that feel?
It felt good.
Yeah, it's amazing when you can get there, right? And when the walls feel like it's closing in, it can be so important to be able to find that moment of Zen. Anybody else have a similar experience? Yeah?
I felt my body coming up and I was breaking up more. And when you said cool down, I was coming down.
It's incredible, right? It's an incredible thing when we just take a moment to check in with it like that, right? We spend so much of our time so disconnected, so disjointed, right? To have that moment of reflection can be so powerful, right? And as I asked beforehand, some of you had no experience with anything like this before. It isn't like you do meditations every day or anything like that. And the first try, the first attempt, you're able to quiet that mind, right? What happens if you practice that every day, right? How strong will that ability get? Right? How well will you be able to quiet that mind when life starts getting lifey, when people start getting people, right? It's a powerful thing. It really is. And now that I kind of got you a little relaxed, we're going to wake everybody up just a little bit. This exercise is one of my favorites to do in between my sessions with my clients. Sometimes I get 5-10 minutes in between some of the most horrific things a human being can endure and go through, and I get to play a storyteller with them. So it's important to have something to break it off, right? To flush out that system of cortisol, right? It's also a really great way to wake yourself up, right? So when you're feeling a little drowsy, a little sleepy, right? Need a little pep in your step. This is a nice, easy exercise that can really help get you there, right? So all it requires, let me see everybody's hands. I like this audience. Everybody's participating. I've done this before and nobody put up their hands. And I was like, okay, I'll just be that. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to rotate our wrists. If you're able. Some of us might have, you can shake them, push them back and forth. Again, sustainability, right? It's a simple exercise. But right now, because you're doing something you've never done before, you're forming neural pathways, you're strengthening your brain, you're activating both sides of your brain because you're using both of your arms. It's an incredible thing. Right? And after a few minutes, you start maybe feeling a little tingling, a little different, right? That's activating that vagus nerve. So before we wrap up, I want everybody to stop and just wave to your neighbor. Wave to everybody around you. Yes. Active audience participation. I love it. So yeah, right? Nice, simple exercise, right? But it's something to get those juices flowing. Right, so I know in between my sessions, it's like, okay, no, I need to clear that mind real quick, right? Side conversation over there.
I'm sorry.
No.
I do that every day.
Do you?
It's stretching exercise.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's wonderful. I know when I was in my master's program, we did all kinds of different interventions and things like that, and most of the time it's like, oh, that's what you call it. Okay, I just do that. Right? And I think that's what's so cool about the humming, right? Is so many of us just hum naturally, right? We might sing to ourselves naturally, right? And that's our body recognizing the power there, right? So as we move toward, this is what I was worried about, not having enough material. Maybe we'll add more to it next week. So we're going to work here, this is the main event, the brain humming exercise here. This is just the first part of the full body sound sequence. There's 7 sounds total. We're gonna do the first 3 today. So to kind of get you used to the idea, let's just start with a simple hum, right? So if you know how to hum with me. If you don't know how to hum, look at your neighbor and let's see if we can get it figured out, okay? We're just gonna go for a few seconds. Again, you don't have to match my tone, my pitch, my length. I do deep breathing exercises all day long. I teach them all day long. I'm really good at this. My lungs are nice and big and strong. So please don't hurt yourself trying to match me. So let's all give it a little hum, okay? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Feel that vibration? Right? It's a little bit there. And what's cool about this exercise is what we're going to be doing is adding vowel sounds with that on the end of it. Right? That's pretty much the basis of this. Each vowel sound does correlate with a different energy point or chakra in your body. So that's where it can be useful, you know, if you have headaches, right? Neck pain, right? There's certain sounds that are going to be more for that. If we're having digestion issues, stomach problems, right? The lower body sounds we're gonna be getting into next week will be good for that, right? So sometimes you have the time and ability to do the whole full body sequence. Sometimes you just need to do little pieces of it. Sometimes you can combine the sounds together and do some of them all at once. And we're gonna be playing with those variations here with these 3, because we're at the halfway mark and we got 30 minutes left. So we definitely got a lot of time left for humming. There are optional hand positions. This morning was arm day, so I'm not gonna do the hand positions because it's gonna hurt. I will show you them though, and if you wanna do them, have at it. But yeah, arm day, they're already sore. I talk too much with my hands as it is. So the first sound we're gonna do is eem. So it's gonna be E-E-M, right? The sound of E with M at the end of it. It's gonna be the top of our head. I'll take my wonderful cowboy hat off here. So if you want to, again, totally optional, but this is good like if you're having some headaches, right? Having some pain up there. You can kind of take your hands like little claws, right? And gently, don't hurt yourselves. Don't hurt yourselves. Gently, kind of put them on your scalp. Maybe if you have a headache in a certain spot, right? Kind of hold it there, right? And then we're gonna go ahead and vibrate with E with M after you. I'm gonna go ahead and do one, and then we're gonna do it 3 to 5 times.